Welcome to Tunisia, where I've been traveling alone for the past week. In the first 2 episodes, I wandered through the capital city of Tunis for the very first time, exploring its busy markets, trying dishes I didn't expect to find here. Wow. Then I finally found the courage to step outside of the city and board my very first train in Africa. The ticket cost just €1 and the suburbs faded into open countryside. I felt that rush of adventure again on my way to the coastal town of Hammamet. After taking one day just to switch off and enjoy being on holiday, I picked up my camera for the final time in Tunisia to share my first impressions of Hammamet.
It's quite romantic. Good afternoon. So if you've seen the last vlog I've put out, you saw that I've just arrived in El Hammamet, or Hammamet, locally known because it translates to the word of bath in Arabic. So I am staying at this 70s kind of resort which has gorgeous garden. So why not showing you around a little bit of this town, the eastern part of Hammamet that I've been staying, because I took a day off yesterday, this morning, and we've got about a couple of hours until the sun sets. So this is the way to go out of the hotel, which is located straight by the main road. There is this cute local cafeteria just across the hotel I'm staying at. It looks quite nostalgic. So El Hammamet is basically a fishing port and beach resort situated in northeastern part of Tunisia. And this is the original of resort town that was developed in the 1970s. And what is unique about this place, I think, is because there is no high-rise building. Look at that. So it makes it even more grounding for me personally, because it keeps its sort of town feeling while at the same time has this gorgeous white sandy beach. To my surprise, there are so many Italian, French, and mostly Italian and French tourists, and I think a lot of expats as well in this part of the country. Far from the hotel that I'm staying at is this town's fortress that is believed to have been built in the 13th century, and the remaining walls of the Medina, which we are entering soon, is dated to the 15th century. So it is quite impressive to have such a magnificent and huge fortress in town. So Medina in Arabic word means old town, and many Medinas, much like the ones I've visited in Morocco or in probably Tunis, have got lots of variety of shops and restaurants. And what's pleasant about it is that you can shop for souvenirs and just walk around, mindering about, or even if you are thinking of purchasing gifts for your loved ones, this is definitely a place to be. If you notice, the dome shape of this entrance reminds me a bit of the Ottoman character building that you can find in all around Turkey, which is amazing to just observe. But over here you've got local kaftans. This is definitely the shop I'd recommend to purchase from, because I purchased a few of other things to bring back home, and they've been so lovely. So yesterday I went here to purchase this oil container, which looks incredible. If you are into this kind of intricate details, that looks very Tunisian. I just couldn't help myself. It's like this gorgeous watercolor painting that is handmade. I did buy 10 of these. Can you imagine? I couldn't help myself and couldn't decide for the life of me which to choose from, because they're just so pretty and unique. And said, should we get one dish each? So I thought of getting one for me and one for him, which has got different color. It's so pretty. Can I pack that? What time do you close?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Can I pay now and leave it?
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, and then go around.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. You're welcome anytime.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. So this is the shop owner.
Yeah. Hamid.
Hamid,
Yes.
your shop is so good, so many, and honest price.
Thank you very much.
Honest price.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah. Such a pleasant shopping experience. I paid 20 dirham for some sort of bowl plate and was able to pay by card, which is helpful. So the Medina has got all sorts of like rugs that is so pretty, slippers, leather slippers, and also colorful kaftans to choose from. Thank you. So over here is the Grand Mosque, as you can see, with the minaret over there, and you can easily get different artisans products over here. Can get handcrafted silver and bangles with your name on it. So I'd say that the Medina is a bit more sleepy because it's in the afternoon and just a couple of days from the national holiday. But I think if you go to any shops, if there is a fixed price labeled to it, it is less stressful, to be honest, because it's just probably a wholesale sort of product that they have got. Enough talking about shopping. I think I'm going to go probably somewhere to get a better view of Hammamet. So I have paid 8 dinars to enter this fort, which is equivalent to about £2, I think. And what's great about the opening hours during summer is that it spans until 7 p.m. and I've got about an hour to explore. But if you're visiting in winter, I think they close at 6. What's interesting is that the fort is quite well kept for it being a 13th or 15th century kind of fort, and yeah, absolutely stunning, especially at this golden hour. The key importance of the citadel was an information that could easily be read inside, but unfortunately it's written in French and Arabic, which I neither speak the language of. So if I'm taking you here, you got a gorgeous view of the Mediterranean Sea and the white Medina.
The Kasbah of Hammamet dates back to the 9th century. In the 1400s, it became the governor's residence, and by the 16th century, it was adapted for firearms, and you can still spot cannons in the courtyard today. There's a small museum inside, but for me, the highlight is the ramparts with sweeping views over the Medina, the harbour, and the beach.
What I love about this fort is the huge array of gorgeous mature trees in the middle, whilst being able to walk for a 360 degrees panoramic view, whilst appreciating the Mediterranean Sea next to you. The ability to peek, because all of these small squares, and probably that's how they used to guard, right? Because as a fort, you need to look out what's coming. You have this stunning, and I mean really stunning during the golden hour, of the Hammamet view from afar. So it spans all the way there, and if you can see, the buildings are mostly, if not all, are white. And there is no tall building, because I think there was a regulation where you can't really build a building higher than trees. I think we're so used to with the idea of Riviera or resort town being this flashy high-rise buildings and hotels, and I think the kind of buildings that exist here with all painted white, whilst still really green, and the Mediterranean Sea with lots of breeze. What a stunning, stunning view overlooking Hammamet here. Oh, it's quite romantic. Yeah, honestly, Tunisia has blown me away, and I highly recommend visiting, not only because of it being a French Riviera kind of esque, but in North Africa, but also the people have been so sweet, and that has helped me feeling so much more at ease being a solo female traveler, and that's very much a key whenever I go to any sort of obscure places in this world. The tour continues because turns out along this fort there's this gorgeous walkway that you can sort of take a lovely stroll, or if you fancy eating at one of the restaurants for dinner, you can do that while admiring the Mediterranean view from here. So stunning. Well, the sun has just set and the tide has risen a bit more. I think I'm going to continue on walking because it is not only relaxing, the birds are chirping, the sun has gone down, which means that it's no longer hot. It's been an interesting journey in Tunisia because my initial plan to come here was to take a bit of holiday for myself, because I've been having just a drained energy with travel filming, especially in Morocco, the first few weeks of being sick and just not being easy. But yeah, so far when I arrived at 3 a.m. out of Tunis airport, there's this breeze and sense of hopefulness that changed that direction, and I thought, why not make 2 videos, just document my time here, purely as a first timer in this country that I think not many people have heard of or even think about when visiting as a destination or a place for holiday. So I'm quite happy to just push through it and experience Tunisia for myself. And there have been lots of surprises along the way that I think have made it and concluded an experience that's nothing but sort of special and sweet.
In Hammamet, I let myself slow right down. I did almost nothing, sitting, observing, and taking in my surroundings. The town is so much bigger than I expected, and I know I only saw a fraction of it. I realized how important it is to pause and simply be present.
Or just for a picture?
No, I don't. It's fine. I don't know how to fish. Thank you. It's just, I'm walking back to the hotel I'm staying at, but I've seen a few guys getting ready to fish, and I didn't know that you're supposed to fish in the evening because it's 7:30. But I think today that's pretty much about my experience here, and tomorrow I'm actually going back to Tunis. Having said that, I'm going to take a bit of time to swim and and do a bit of an adventure, because I think I'm going to take a shared taxi, which is slightly different to the train that I took on the way to Hammamet. Well, I'm about to check out, so thought of showing you around what the room looks like. The room that I have been upgraded to, I'd say, in terms of the modern look to it, because the previous one just felt a bit outdated right by the street, even though I could see the sea straight away, but this feels a bit more appropriate. The value for what I paid was 70 something euros for 3 nights, excluding breakfast, so this is great. What I love about the area is there are a couple of cushions over here, so you can easily hang out and chill. We've got a double bed with some gorgeous artwork, as well as really spacious dressing table. I love the key to this room because it looks quite unique, I'd say. We've got a mirror which works perfectly for when I'm getting ready. The shower is clean. I've got some rain shower with another mirror, hair dryer, and a separate toilet. So I am just at the hotel lobby. I think I love this gorgeous tilings that looks very Tunisian with the intricate ceiling, a bit like smaller chandelier. I have asked one of the guys if I can get a taxi to where the louage is, which is the grand taxi back to Tunis. But he's very kindly offering his help in walking with me to the louage station because it only takes about, I think, 10 minutes. I was asking if I can carry that for myself, especially the backpack, but he insisted on doing that for me. What's your name again?
Hossein.
Hossein, yes. So Hossein, when I checked, yes. Oh, yes. As a solo traveler, I accept every help I can get. Especially, I've bought several ceramics that made my duffel bag becomes a lot heavier. This is the way to louage station, I think. Oh, we've got some Egyptian food over here. Gosh, I'm going to give him a bit of a tip because I did give him a bit of a tip when I checked in, and I think he appreciated that so much. And if I'm giving him a bit more of coins I've got, I think it goes a long way. These are just fresh produce with tomatoes available, all sorts of stuff. So colorful. So I've noticed that the staff mostly speaks French, Italian, Italian and French, and it's absolutely admirable to be able to speak few languages, given the fact that most of the tourists here are either French or Italian. So as you can see, there are a few of bis, yes. So louage. So you say this in local language, louage. I think that's a French word, which probably translates to a local taxi, shared taxi. What's unique is that you basically, there is no booking system. Oh, how sweet, he gave me this. But what's interesting is that there's a red stripe of that from the van, and there's no booking system. You just have to turn up, and they will wait until the shared taxi is full with passengers. You see, louage. So you've got a space at the back which works well. Yes, works well with that. Yes, 10. How much is that? 10? It's just paying. Shukran.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good luck. Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate.
Thank you so much.
This is my commentaire, bien?
Commentaire. Yes. Yeah. Good.
À la prochaine.
Thank you so much.
Merci.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. I don't think he was expecting any tip, but yeah, if you can share a bit with the locals, why not? Can I sit at the front seat? I love a shared minibus system like this because you sort of get this communal feeling, and there's no booking system. You don't have to worry so much about the price going up just because you didn't book early enough, which happens in the UK a lot. What is great is that they put this at the very front to indicate that this is louage and no smoking. Perfect, because that's one thing I've noticed in Tunisia, that people smoke so much so that I've noticed that even younger generation do that. So that's unfortunate, but thank goodness a few of restaurants and like louage like this you're not allowed to smoke. Anyway, I think we're ready to go. There's also this yellow van which seems to be like not an intercity transport. So got to Tunis already. Shukran, shukran, shukran. So got to Tunis already, and I'm just going to walk somewhere and get a bit of taxi. So actually, let me show you a little bit. The louage center in Tunis is a straightforward one. So you've got this sort of van center terminal, I'd say, and lots of new louage just came in from other city probably, and you see lots of locals trying to stop taxis because you get taxi from here to your destination. Thank goodness, finally I have made it to my hostel safely and currently just chilling at the terrace. Yeah, I think that's pretty much about it for today. I was thinking of filming until tomorrow when I'm flying out of the country, but I'm just going to switch off really and enjoy my very last night in Tunis and before flying back to London and take the train back home to where I live, south of Manchester, and take a few days in London. I'll be filming few vlogs, actually filming one vlog specifically for Patreon in London, and by the time that you're watching this, I'm sure that the vlog is uploaded already exclusively for Patreon. If you wish to support a creator like me and my work, please make sure to check out the link I have for you for Patreon, because these are a community I cherish. I share my updates and full honesty. So yeah, thank you so much for watching all of these episodes from North Africa in the best of attempts. I tried, and probably not the very perfect way, but in an honest way. So let me know what you think. What have you learned so far from these videos? I would love to read your comments, and I can't wait to see you again on the next one.